The girl swarmed over the green shape. Silently but energetically, she devoured her death. The man fell into the shimmering dream. Expectation and excitement escaped. The animals traced in the circular forest, wailing and drooling. They found the gate. The boiled beetroots bring forth an image. They are chewed with frenzy, red diluted hues running down chins, coloring the teeth. Ignore the messy dining tables. Think instead of bone-littered caves. This fierce eagerness turns into a fullness. Sounds of filling laughter, a slow, fat glance. Do you expect a dessert? Tooth-picking and rubbing the hands. Imagine Audesits Achterburgwall 99. Can more stars be lit? Will it need more weight behind the knuckles' destination? Dried blood becomes like breadcrumbs on cheeks. Plug the nose and feel a filling in the abdomen. Throw a pint of A positive. The payment still lacks the charm of this color. Can more bodies shake? Is more throttle required for the detonation? Smashed limbs are like dying fish on bridges. And cramp, legions of dying amphibians. Does this belong to any of your relatives? A bloody genital on a bare spot. Violence. This principle of proportionality, there really is a balance between goals and means. Is it not just one excuse to step on your feet? Violence, the pain of the emotional scar. Violence, the love of the physical trauma. To the northwest, phantoms smile inside the small brains. These illusions, these formidable combinations, formidable, the only thing that these phantoms add. Here, innovative thoughts only encounters death. Here you fertilize your we, their elastic egos. Fire that leaves our lungs quickly becomes oxygen. In luxury, they tell you about their Spartan living, an escape without a passport, their watchful, cinematic fates. Here around are also these rattlers, loungers, wrecked, wrinkled attractions. Usually they move in groups, difficult to discern the truth. It rattles so of the chain of lies that are drawn through the gravel. Rattlers, 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 rattlers. Look there, another king is exalted from the mass. With half a sentence you meet their gaze. Your black accident gave them a shot of joy. Rattlers, 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 rattlers. A love of itself in the mirror glass. Rattlers, 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 winds and strangles as it did in paradise. The rays from the sun are looking through grey, rough blinds. Slowly arise the slaves of time. The day arrives with an envy. This sleep-drunk performance. Compressed bodies are shaking themselves awake beneath a clock. The slaves of time have eyes that hurries. The second hand controls the object and steer it against the next lost minute. Here they are, now, so monochrome. They come together in a chorus of complaint. The slaves of time swore an oath to never again visit the yesterday. To waste time is to sin. Getting more done is probably one luxury just given to the ambidextrous or the structured ones. The day continued under a mantra of silent ticking enchantments.
Уважаемые товарищи, городской совет народных депутатов сообщает, что в связи с аварией на Чернобыльской атомной электростанции в городе Припяти складывается неблагоприятная радиационная обстановка.
The squeaking sound haunts the visitors. They are of 4 legs and of shyness. The squeaking sound is sometimes broken by another sound, the sound of an ever-swinging sign. You can read on the sign, Amusement Park, Pripyat. In the Ferris wheel gondola, you reach higher up than the Palace of Culture, where on the roof lies only legs, a glorious forgotten treasure. The squeaking sound continues. In 4 days, the amusement park opens. The remaining remains of a red political pamphlet. A clown with a flaked face laughs like death at the prophets of the core. At a rainy Ulitsa Mazowiecka stood naked girls. They were undressed every day by men booked for meetings. They were undressed by the gazes fueled from desires and the darkest of fantasies. At a rainy Ulitsa Mazowiecka I walked, past all the signs, promises that the desire here would be fulfilled. I was drawn into Alice by men that otherwise decorated drinks with cocktail berries. Thrown into this, after all the threats, I now stood here. In a red room at Ulitsa Mazowiecka, the women appeared and performed a nude parade. Meat for sale, meat for your desire. Bavche dobche, said a younger man. A foreign woman took my hand. I can speak English, she said and smiled with lipstick-stained teeth. Not even with an irresistible thirst for booze I dare to look into her eyes. Without an anchor, the dreams of the dead slides into the empty exclave of the greedy kingdom. I have to create a protection against it. It's my survival. Black and white fields, without any flowers, the loaded symbolism. So heraldic when I paint a shield of dreams. Who is this woman, dying but so appealing? Why does this woman adorn my shield of dreams? Why is she in this state of consciousness? Beyond the field of vision, she grasps after my neck. Her whispers reaches me before the eyelid close and meets the night. Host, bring me to Elias. Once again, let the stallion enter the forgotten land. No further explanation is required. Souls flow down and down in this treacherous sea, this sea of light, this borderland of the greedy kingdom. Only in dreams can one hear the torment, the whispering tune, a silent and verbal plunder. The woman's voice echoes in my interior, so echoing, so total, Elias. The electron's journey flows past the it of our own self. The self-image twinkles, the air is longing for repulsion, but it's attracted just as easily. You, modern time, how cold can really asphalt become? You, modern time, how satisfied can one be in queue for bread? I long for your downfall. Your downfall can only be explained from those with the longest of strings. It happened, well, this spring? No, memory is lying. It is happening right now, right here. Ships with the next generation whizzing past their own reflection. The adult yearns for simpler times, but the uploaded self-image radiates. The genetic material was enclosed, uncovered genes, fragile strings, active mutations, decelerated development, paused functions, the lament of the cells. In the heart of the city, the father handed over the evidence. As brothers, they played like children of untiring power. Shared genome, father and brother, Lot with their daughters, Oedipus and Fjalar, the lament of the cells. Then came a scent of sulfur, and a presence is once again pulsating. You of cancer and death, who welcomes you here. Her calm swaying reminded me of trees on fire, cracked branches, charred fir needles. Is it with this fire I will destroy? Together, thrown out on an eternal checkered surface, we fall like pieces. Checkmate, then love. Burned out or with a defective artery. The process, the happening of what would become a disaster. It all started here in the last of poetry and fairy tales. Monster of energy, meat and blood. What will it take to give birth to a human android? A mirror image as well as a white painted arrow. Here in the mirror's glossy surface, appears another one. 4 eyes of shells who call themselves human, men in shoes. But it's been 100 years since someone rightly could call themselves that. Monster of energy, meat and blood. What will it take to make this android more like a human?